Nobody asked me if I wanted this job. It just sort of happened. I don't remember a beginning, and I don't think it's ever going to end. I've always been here. I've been around for eons, guiding the worthy to their proper paths and the not so worthy to their punishment. I have many names. I am the Reaper of Souls, the Fourth Horseman, the Angel of Dark and Light. I am Death. I don't know much about my origins, but everything has a beginning, supposedly. Well, actually, I don't think that counts for me. I often think about my childhood, but I believe in order to have a beginning, you have to be alive. But if I've never been alive, does that mean I never had a beginning? And if I've never had a beginning, how am I here? Do I have parents? Do I even have a family? Come to think of it, war might be a distant cousin of mine. Look, being Death isn't exactly easy. I mean, can you imagine being as old as me and have the same questions itch at the back of your skull and not get any answers? No, you can't. While you're all complaining about your spilled coffee, I'm suffering from the most complex, enigmatic identity crisis in the entire known universe. You're all so selfish. All wrapped up in your lives as if you had all the time in the world. Oh, if only you knew. I'll admit it. I do get rather lonely. Whenever I try to meet people, all they want to do is bribe or cheat me. It's rude. I'm a person just like the rest of you. Well, not really. But I still have feelings. I'm not all doom and gloom as everyone thinks I am. Sometimes I like to stop and smell the roses just like everybody else. It would be nice if someone actually paid attention to me for once. Nobody ever stops to say, hello. No. Hey, Death, how's the weather? Or, hey, Death, how's your wife? Guess what? I don't have a wife. But they wouldn't know that unless they asked. You see, there's no initiative to talk friendly or get to know a person anymore. Speaking of wives, it would be nice to have a wife. I mean, being immortal is good, but it can get lonely. And every time I reap a soul, they always had a loved one to mourn for them. It would be nice for someone to mourn my death, even though I'm already dead. But the point is, oh, how magnificent it would be for someone to hold my hand forever. Someone to spend life after death with. But alas, that is very, very, very unlikely to happen. This job is not that bad. I mean, I have all the time to read books and study the arts. I'm actually rather fond of acting. I often walk the earth to catch a film or a play. I remember seeing Romeo and Juliet on its first opening night. Ah, what a splendid ending that was indeed. I even had the opportunity to meet with the playwright before sending his soul to oblivion. A charming fellow, Bill, I think that was his name. If death wasn't a job, I would most likely be an actor. My love and admiration for theater has inspired me to add theatrics to my reapings. You can catch my performance at the old folks' home you go to. I perform there rather frequently. Ah, the old folks' home. Such a wonderful audience. I'm rather fond of the elderly. And they don't mind my presence too much, and I'm always welcome to play a game of chess whenever I walk through. Such a lovely bunch. But the closest thing I have to a friend is my lovely raven, Alistair. My eyes and ears and all that is mortal. You see, despite the drawbacks of my occupation, the balance of the world requires my presence. I am a superhero, essentially. And between you and me, Batman is my favorite. No matter how lonely it gets, the world will always need me. And I will always be here to heed the call. I am the shadow in the night, the ice wind that chills the bones, the creeping darkness, the silence of the graveyard. I am death, and I will always be close by.